was. Now we take a look at Priyanka Gandhi. We take a look as to why Priyanka Gandhi can still cause such a political flutter without even joining politics actively. This week began with a very curious rumor that the Congress was planning to field Priyanka Gandhi to be the chief campaigner in 2014. As speculations of a Priyanka versus Modi fight began to do the rounds, Congress leaders reacted with extraordinary swiftness. Within an hour, Congress General Secretary Ajay Makhan summoned the media to contradict the rumors. Such swiftness only comes on orders from 10 Janpath.
टेलीविजन चैनल्स इस बात का भ्रामक प्रचार कर रहे हैं कि श्रीमती प्रियंका जी राष्ट्र स्तर के ऊपर कांग्रेस की तरफ से कैंपेनिंग करेंगे। हम इसको पूरी तरीके से इस भ्रामक प्रचार का खंडन करना चाहते हैं कि श्रीमती प्रियंका जी राष्ट्र स्तर के ऊपर कांग्रेस की तरफ से कैंपेनिंग करेंगे। हम इसको पूरी तरीके से इस भ्रामक प्रचार का खंडन करना चाहते हैं।
There is a reason why the Congress was anxious to disparage the story. Fielding Priyanka would mean that the party had lost faith in its current star campaigner, especially at a time when Rahul was just overcoming his reticence towards the leadership mantle. It was only a few weeks ago, after all, that he made his intervention on the ordinance.
My opinion on the ordinance is that it's complete nonsense and that it should be torn up and thrown out. That's my opinion, my personal opinion on the ordinance.
The much-awaited moment has arrived. While the Congress leadership was quick to attribute the Priyanka story to the RSS rumour machine, the party workers desperately hung on to the promise of Priyanka. They even found a constituency for her. Posters appeared in late Jawaharlal Nehru's constituency Phulpur in Uttar Pradesh, offering Priyanka the seat, with one poster even claiming that since Sonia was too ill and Rahul too reluctant to lead, Priyanka should now take over. Why is the Congress workers so keen to see Priyanka lead? Rahul has failed to enthuse the workers. Priyanka will be a stronger opponent against Modi. She evokes her grandmother Indira Gandhi's legacy. Equally, the Congress leadership is reluctant to field Priyanka because this would be a tacit admission that Rahul has failed. It wants to keep Priyanka as the last resort, and there are too many allegations against Robert Vadra. As recently as 2 months ago, Priyanka told a friend she was not keen to enter active politics. This has been a consistent line, though she has been campaigning in the family bastions of Amethi, Raebareli and Sultanpur. In an interview to BBC in 1999, she had said, "Politics is not a strong pull, people are, and I can do things for them without being in politics." But what do we know about Priyanka? We know that she is a spontaneous campaigner, creating an instant empathy with the crowd. As opposed to her brother's reticence, Priyanka comes across as a natural. And like her grandmother, she doesn't shy away from a fight. In 2012, when the BJP called her a Barsati Mendak, saying she only comes out during elections, she took the criticism head-on and admitted that this was indeed the case.
भाई के बचाव के लिए नहीं खड़ी होती हूँ। मेरा भाई है, मैं उनको जानती हूँ। वो मैच्योर है कि नहीं है, मैं अच्छी तरह से जानती हूँ। जनता को भी मालूम है कि कौन मैच्योर है, किसकी पॉलिटिक्स मैच्योर है कि नहीं है, और जवाब मिल जाएगा। जनता जवाब देगी, इसका जवाब मैं नहीं।
Privately, however, she is a devoted mother and is often seen at her children's school in New Delhi wearing a comfortable pair of jeans, interacting easily with other parents. She is also spotted having the occasional cup of coffee at Delhi's Khan Market, but it is her husband who makes it to page 3 as he is a regular at fashion shows. Priyanka is also a devout Buddhist and has managed to convert her brother too to follow the meditative influence of Buddhism. In fact, though younger than him, she often plays the role of a counselor and mentor, and he turns to her for political advice. But if sources are to be believed, Priyanka is not yet ready to emerge from the sidelines just yet. And finally, we introduce you to a new section that takes a look at all the political gossip of the week. Is the Congress setting up Jyotiraditya Scindia to be the fall guy in the Madhya Pradesh elections? Conventional wisdom is giving the state to the BJP, which is why party workers were surprised when Scindia was named as the campaign committee chief and hence the de facto CM candidate from the Congress. Traditionally, the Congress never names a campaign committee chief. So then why did the party leadership deviate from script this time? Is it because it sees the charismatic Scindia as a possible threat both to Rahul Gandhi and to certain Madhya Pradesh leaders, and therefore is keen to cut the Union Minister of Power down to size? But the buzz on the ground is that Scindia may just pull off a surprise increase in the margin and hence confound his detractors. The Congress revival in Uttar Pradesh is still a great mystery. The man chosen to head the party, State PCC Chief Nirmal Khatri, is conspicuous by his absence. He is barely in Lucknow, so much so that whenever he visits, the party office issues a press release announcing his arrival. Oh dear, is Rahul Gandhi planning to counter Mulayam, Mayawati and Amit Shah with a paper tiger? Hope not for the Congress. If anyone had any doubts that the Prime Minister was a rubber stamp for the Gandhis, his meek submission of Rahul's verdict of nonsense would have removed all misgivings. Which is perhaps why Dr. Singh took the first step in an image makeover by holding an interaction with the Editors Guild. It was totally off the record, but sources say that the PM took 14 questions and was extremely candid both about Rahul and Modi. Now only Mr. PM, if you'll keep up the candid talk, but this time on the record. Why did the Science and Technology Minister Jayapal Reddy hold a press conference at the Congress headquarters when he took credit for the UPA government's handling of Cyclone Philin? This was a government effort and credit should have been taken at a government venue and not at the party headquarters. But then, that's how the Congress plays this game. And finally, here's a checklist of how often Rahul has played the mother card this year.
Last night, my mother came to my room and she sat with me and she cried. Why did she cry? She cried because she understands that the power so many people seek is actually a poison.
My mother told me that nonsense was a very harsh word.
मैंने उनसे कहा कि देखिए आप बीमार हैं, आपको अस्पताल जाना है, और उन्होंने कहा मैं नहीं जाऊंगी यहां से। और मैंने उनसे पूछा कि क्यों नहीं जाओगी? कमल जाट जी ने कहा देखिए यहां वोट की आज कोई कमी नहीं है, आसानी से पास हो जाएगा। और उन्होंने मुझे बताया जब तक ये बिल पास नहीं होगा मैं यहां से नहीं जाऊंगी, तुम चाहे कुछ भी करना चाहते हो कर लो।
So that was a wrap on all the political highlights of the week. As the fever of the assembly polls keep rising, we're going to keep you updated on all the excitement. So don't go away, keep watching Cover Story. But that's all for this week. We'll see you again next week.